Now, beyond Impressionism, there's Expressionism, which is an opposite notion of how to do a painting. The Expressionism pushes out feeling. It shows the things of the world not the way they are. It doesn't have the almost scientific purpose of carefully documenting things, but wants to show what's inside the artist, how they feel about the object, or perhaps how they feel about other things, life and other things in it, through depicting certain objects. The Dutch artist Vincent van Gogh is famously expressive painter. He had a turbulent inner life and a talent to show that in the way he painted. The Expressionists are, like the Impressionists, unconcerned with the precise, careful depiction of things. They don't want to do what Leonardo did to hide behind the objects, to express them seamlessly so that the viewer can look right through the talent and the artistry and consider the things. But Expressionists and Impressionists had different notions about how they were using their paint, how they were using their talent, how they were depicting things. The Impressionists were concerned to get things just right, even if part of their technique was to be spontaneous and to express a moment rather than a difficult, long, and painstaking process, the way painting must have been for Leonardo. But the Impressionists are still always concerned with the thing they're painting, and to use the possibilities of shape and color just right in order to achieve the impression, in some way to duplicate the experience of seeing on the canvas. But the Expressionists are a bit unconcerned with the object and want to use the tools of painting in order to expose that, to push it out into the world. It's not necessary that they be careful. In fact, that would be contrary to their purpose. Things that we know are not accurate are nevertheless useful to the painter's purpose, and then things that have no representation, there's nothing to be accurate to. In this self-portrait of Van Gogh, what is that in the background? It's somehow expressive of his feelings and the difficult moods inside his mind, but it doesn't seem to depict any object that we can recognize. The face is not quite right, and lumpy, misshapen, uneven. But this too, although not accurate to what Van Gogh must have looked like, is apparently accurate to the way he felt, if you can receive the things that he expressed in paint. This painting is actually called after an emotion. It's called anxiety. It's from the Scandinavian artist Edvard Munch, who was once famous because a horror movie borrowed one of his paintings, a kind of popular Hollywood horror movie that has probably faded from memory, but a serious artist. And you can see that these people look strange and not accurate to the way people are, but you can feel the way that the artist was thinking, and the emotion that he wanted to depict, the way they're crowded together, the vibrant colors that seem like nothing in life, but have an emotional power for us. all of those things are hallmarks of Expressionism. This painting is called Ashes. It seems to be a painting with a story behind it. We don't know particularly what that story is. It's not like the Leonardo where the story is written down that we can refer to. But the title seems to be ashes in the sense that things that are burned up, and when there's nothing left, things are utterly destroyed and useless. They've been turned to ashes, and there seems to be some kind of relationship in this picture that has gone very badly, and so the painful emotions that the people are feeling are enhanced and conveyed through expression and color. And this is how Expressionism works. I wouldn't want to give the impression that everything in Expressionism is a downer, that all the emotions are terrible and painful. This is from the 20th century French painter Pierre Bonnard, and it's a dreamy and beautiful image. A young girl taking a nap on a summer afternoon beside an open window. And these two, joy and delight, can be expressed in paintings, and colors can be chosen and shapes arranged in order to put out that interior feeling. In order to understand the techniques of expressionist artists, it helps to know a little bit about the color science. This is a standard color wheel, and it has the regular spectrum going around in a circle, and this includes contrasting colors, and colors that are on opposite sides of this circle look stronger to us in combination. And this seems to be traced back to the way our eyes work, that our color cells in our eyes are of two kinds, one that tells red or green and one that tells blue or yellow. And so when you put together two colors that are observed by the same cell, the contrast looks stronger. It disturbs us more because we're pushing the same receptors back and forth. And so those combinations look bright and strong to us. Whereas when you combine colors that are using two different cells in our eyes, that doesn't cause as much disturbance, and so they don't look so vivid together. So this picture combines a lot of yellow-orange and blue-purple to make that contrast and to give us that feeling of summer heat and warmth that it conveys. This is a picture by Vincent van Gogh, again, of his bedroom, and it makes careful use of all color contrast. You'll see the predominant blue and yellow, but also the red of the blanket on the bed and the green window. And for good measure, the final color contrast, black and white, on the mirror that's above the nightstand with the water and the just to the left of the green window. So this is often a sign of expressionist paintings, their love for these strong color contrasts, although all painters use them in various ways. Artists, and in particular the more modern artists from the end of the 19th century on, tend to come in groups, clubs, sets called schools. And this is a way that students of art try to limit the possibilities, the infinite possibilities of painting, so that they can understand the individual standards that different artists have raised, the the differences. They've set the rules of the game differently, and so we, through setting out these groups, these schools, we try to get a handle on what they were used to doing and what they were trying to do. I think Expressionism, there are particular people known as Expressionists, and later another group called Abstract Expressionists, but I think that Expressionism is just one general possibility in painting. It doesn't, the power of color and figure and composition, storytelling, all the things that painting can do, need not have the purpose to make a document of what's there, to record how things are. It can have the opposite purpose, some way to push out and make real the invisible things that we feel inside. And that aspect of painting comes up in many different times and places.